I wanted to do a video on how we buy real estate because I'm getting a lot of new clients and they're not understanding exactly how we do it. And it's a totally different system that I like, but it's a good one. And I've been doing it for 24 years. So it's been over 1,200 plus homes and counting that we've done. So how do we buy our real estate for our clients and ourselves too? Well, first of all, I get a cup of coffee in the morning and I start looking at real estate. I look for location, 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 and I keep it simple. So we stay in the good areas because that's an easier tenant. You're going to get more money. There's going to be less rehab. There's just a lot less headaches on that type of a tenant than it is without. If you go to another area that doesn't have a good, people have to live in, not that they want to, then you're going to have a different outcome for your property. So we try and keep the best locations available for people. And sometimes it's harder to get. You have to really look and pound the pavement for that. When you do get something that I like, I send you all the details on that particular property, similar to this. So what they're asking, what I would recommend offering, and the rehab and a value add, which is usually, I add a bathroom or something like that, something that makes it worth more money. And then I comp it on the MLS, and that's where I get my value. So it isn't a random Zillow or whatever. It's a actual audited real estate site that I get my values. And then I break down the rents and the taxes, insurance, property management, and there's your net. Now people go, why don't you put the mortgage payment in there? I don't know what your mortgage payment is. So I just keep it simple. So you can deduct your mortgage payment from the net, and that's pretty much what you're going to net for the rent. And that's all approximate, but again, I look at the county website. Our insurance runs about $720 a year, and we have a flat 125 on houses, and there you go. That's it. So we make offers on more than one too. So I'm going to send you multiple houses. So don't just pick one and write it and wait for it. At least do two or three because we do. Again, we're going below the asking price. So we're not going to get every deal. It's going to take a few deals before we get one, but we do. And then, once we put it under contract, we're going to get the licensed inspector out there to get the inspections. I'll get you a detailed quote on what needs to be done on the rehab. And then if that fits all those numbers from the previous slide, if it fits the rehab number of $30,000, then we go ahead and do an ROC. If it doesn't, the ROC will have some dollars off the house, but that's very rare. So we try and keep everything in budget and on time. Then we get pictures during the inspection. I'll get you pictures before pictures because you always want to make sure that you have a record of everything that you're doing with that property. So it's almost all my clients, really all my clients are out of Ohio. So I make sure that that's detailed and they have that. 5 days it takes to get the inspection done and get the detailed quote and the ROC. Then we hit escrow. Escrow is a title company I deal with. You're going to get discount fees for them for being because I do a lot of business with them, and it's a place where you put your earnest money deposit, and we start the title work because title work is super crucial on properties because it guarantees that there's no liens on that property when you buy it. That's what title's about. Then we close it. Once we close it, we're going to want 50% down on the construction. And the reason is we buy almost all the material up front from our vendors, and then we start construction. During the construction, you're going to get weekly videos on what's going on the property. Now, the only time I don't do videos is around the Christmas season, the Christmas week. I don't do them. So, but other than that, you're going to get your weekly videos. It usually takes 4 to 6 weeks to finish. You're going to get that detailed quote so you know exactly what's being done. And we got great vendors. I have many relationships with vendors that we get great prices on. That's why we're so good at what we do because we save our clients so much money in rehab and heaters and roofs and all the other stuff that we do. So we get the 50% down, we finish, usually get the other 50%. If we have a bunch of work, if it's a big job, which I rarely do, we're going to ask for 25% in between there. Then we finish. You're going to get the final picture, the final video, which is a virtual tour of the property. And then I list it for rent. As a licensed realtor, I have more tools, a CRM, all the marketing that you can imagine for listing a property to rent. The 18-day average, we get at least, and we get the rents we quote. If we say it's 1,700, we get 1,700. So that's what we get. So we always get our rents. So and they're at the top of the market. So if you're looking at a property management and an owner on Zillow, you'll see that sometimes their rents are a lot less than a licensed realtor. That's why we do it, because we have so much more tools that are expensive to invest with or market with, excuse me. So basically, we get it rented, and then it goes to the property management. They send you. We use AppFolio software. The tenants can make their payments in the portal. They can use Cash App, Zelle, many ways to pay. You also get an owner portal. Few evictions. We just don't have a whole lot of evictions. We've had under 6 this year. So it's a very, very good system. And then utilities. People always ask, well, who pays utilities and the snow and the maintenance and all that? They do on a house. So the only thing we do is we watch the water. We got to watch the water. Owner's always on the hook for the water, but the tenant pays it. But if they get over $300 on a water bill, we give them a 3-day notice. So it's pretty easy to do. It's a 4 to 6 week eviction to get them out. This is a pro landlord state, but most of the time we get them out before we get to court if we have that issue. But it's rare. 99.5% success rate in our profits on our properties, and you get a $125 flat fee on that. And we have ongoing maintenance people too, so you don't have to worry about anything. Again, those are reasonable people that we don't overprice. It's just something we have because we want to make sure that you make money, and the only way you're going to make money is if it's done correctly, and we do that. It's a lot of work, but we do it. We also offer home warranty, which kind of takes all that guesswork out of you on what you're going to have for maintenance. It's $525 or $499 when you buy. So that's $100 deductible, and it takes care of most interior items. So it's $100. So basically, if something goes bad or plumbing or whatever, it's $100 deductible. So we're probably not even going to call you. We'll just go get that done and get it taken care of. But again, we want quality, speed, efficiency, and cost on all this. We want it done quickly, so the tenant doesn't get upset or has a reason to move out. Again, our average tenant stays 24 to 28 months. It's very, very good. So we don't have much turnover there. Rehab's a lot less for that because they just don't move out that much. And to finish this all up, I've done over 1,200 homes and counting. We do all the work under one umbrella. What's that mean? We do the purchase. We find a house, we purchase it, we rehab it, we lease it, we property management, we sell it when you're ready to sell it too. So we have everything under one roof. And we have less money for rehab because we have good vendors and we have good people that's worked for us for over 10 years. So we have our own rehab company, and that really helps us out and get stuff done. And we have our own marketing company that gets things sold and rented very, very quickly. And again, we have a 99.5% success rate. How does all this happen? We work hard. We work very hard. So when you're ready to buy, look at us. And, again, go to realincomeproperties.blogspot.com. I have a detail of about, I put 1 or 2 a week in there, but there's a bunch of properties in there with detailed numbers, what we make on our real estate. So again, realincomeproperties.blogspot.com, and give us a call at 216-703-5740 right here. And I'm Brett. I'm with Key Realty. Again, 216-703-5740. Thanks.